The Lost Art with Andrew Cox podcast. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Now streaming on all major podcast platforms. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast. That podcast giving a voice to our veterans. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're going to have a little bit of a podcast update. But before we get into the episode, or you enjoying the podcast, make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. If there's any way you can help support us, it'd be much appreciated. And don't worry, I've got a couple ways that you could do that. You can go on to our website and you could click on the one-time donation. You can go in there and you can donate some money to help us in our getting our veteran voices out for all to hear. Or you can become a patron with a monthly donation. Very easy to do. And those go straight to the podcast here and help us whenever we go places, do things, which we'll talk about later, but we are going to go somewhere. And also you can go on there, click on the merchandise tab. You can go in there and get you some cool gear. Help support us that way. Or if you're a business out there and you want to advertise on this podcast, you are more than welcome. Just get in contact with me, shoot me an email, something like that, and we can figure something out on it. Big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. I'm telling you, if you guys don't know anything about them, you need to go to their website and check them out. It is an incredible mission, an incredible team that they have up there. Just recently, I got one of these bracelets. This one says, "Don't let the hard days win." But it's there to always remind me, don't let those hard days win, to be able to keep pushing on and moving and things like that. But even if you do know about them, go check them out again. They have some great products that help in their mission and what they have going on. But you can check them out at tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, here we are. We're live. I'm on here today. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about the podcast and what we've been doing. Obviously, we've been doing the same things, 5 episodes a week, trying to do at least 3 veteran stories a week. I changed up the days that we did that. So now we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the veteran stories because we record live on Sundays now for the podcast, the Fireside Chat that airs on Monday through the podcast. But we always show it live on Facebook, my Facebook page. You can also go to X if you're on X, and also on YouTube. Every now and again, I try to do, what's the other one? I can't even think of it. Hold on, I'll tell you. TikTok. But that one's not as streamlined and as cool as the others, unfortunately. But we go on there, do that quite a bit. It's lots of fun. And we're starting to get more interaction. There are people listening right now. People get on here, comment, ask questions, those types of things, which is fantastic. So we record those on Sunday nights at 7 Central. And they air, or I take it down after we record it live, because I will take that and I'll put it into the podcast and I'll push it out through all the different podcasting streaming services. But we also record on Thursdays at 7, same thing, another Fireside Chat, which that one airs on Friday through the streaming services. But we'll record it live and you can ask questions, you can comment, you can do things like that. And we will see it live here. It's a pretty cool deal, in my humble opinion. In fact, I'll turn so you can maybe see them as they come in live if anybody asks questions or makes a comment. But that's a really cool thing that we've got going on now. So 2 live shows a week that you can see. And then if you miss the live show, that's okay, because you can see it on Monday or you can see it on Friday. Both of those days is when it streams. And then we have the 3 veteran stories a week. Sometimes I don't get as many veterans in as I would like. Really what we need is veterans that have been on the story, been on the show to tell their stories. It would be really awesome for you guys to kind of push it out to your friends, your veteran friends, and say, hey, look, I did this. It's a really cool deal. You should do it too. And, it kind of goes back to where the lost art really came from for me. And, it started out me talking about the lost art of fishing stories. And I wrote a book, and you can find it. You can go to not Google, Amazon. You can go to Amazon and find it there. Just type in the lost art of fishing stories. That's a big plug for me. But anyways, you can go check that out. And but it really comes down to this. So I wrote a book, and it's about me going fishing and talking to my fishing rods and just kind of talking about what I considered the lost arts. And what are the lost arts? Well, let's see. Sometimes fishing, right? Fly fishing, for example, is becoming a lost art a lot. Anything that doesn't get passed down to the next generation becomes a lost art. So like changing a car tire, that's a lost art. Not many people know how to do that nowadays. It's pretty amazing that the amount of people that don't know how to do those types of things. Changing the oil in your car, that's becoming a lost art. But there's so many different things. That's just a couple of things. And of course, as I was approaching retirement, I talked about the lost art of stories, right? The lost art of veteran stories specifically. I think back to my dad, and I don't really have his whole story. And I wish I had something like that in this format where somebody could sit down and document their story and be able them to tell the story in their own words and really highlight the things that they want to be highlighted. And that to me is my life's mission. I want to get as many veterans as possible to tell their stories. And there's several podcasters out there doing the same things. They're out there, they're doing it. And it's an incredible thing. So I just want everybody out there to, if you've been on here before, share this stuff and talk about your experience and, share it on social medias. You can tag me or whatever, but go out there and really push it and, say, hey, you need to tell your story. I don't even care if it's with me or with one of the other podcasters. It doesn't matter to me. Just go out and get your story documented. That's the most important thing that needs to happen, because your story is important. It doesn't matter if you went to combat or you didn't go to combat. Doesn't matter if you have a 03 infantry background or, you were in the band like me. Everyone's story is important. It needs to be told, because your family later down, right? Your children, your grandchildren, they want to hear these stories. And unfortunately, you forget some things. So it'd be good to come on here and document it. And you could go back and look at it as well and be like, oh yeah, hey, I did this, and that, and da. And then you can sit down and have a better conversation. I've had certain individuals come on here and they talked about things they hadn't talked about in years. And it's started them thinking more about what had happened while they were in. And now there's a couple of them said they're going to write books, which is fantastic. So, maybe coming on and jarring some of these memories and talking about your history and what you did will jar some of those things. Maybe you can write a book. Maybe you can go out and make some millions of dollars off your book, because it's going to be so cool. But that's kind of where I'm at with, that type of thing. But if I could get everybody out there that's been on the podcast to talk about the podcast, say how much you enjoyed it, or if you didn't enjoy it, you can say that too. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and share it and tell other people to do it as well, because we need to document this stuff. All too often, we go through life in the military and we always think, well, what I did wasn't important, but really it was. What you did specifically was important, and you need to know that. And I'm just here. I'm just here to record it. You tell your story. I'm along for the ride and just get to ask some questions along the way. So, it really is an easy process, in my opinion. I've been told from people that it's an easy process. So hopefully it is, whenever we talk about that. But for those that are listening, if you have questions or comments, go ahead. You can push those out and I'll see them and I'll try to answer those for you. Let's see. We currently are averaging a month within a 30-day period it really above 800. So it kind of varies a little bit from time to time. So it'll go from like 800 to almost 900. So it kind of goes back and forth. You know, I have good months, bad months, you know, or however you want to say that. But the goal is to keep it increasing, right? And we have been consistently increasing the whole time, which is really, really awesome. And I thank you guys for the ones that are downloading. Thank you for listening and watching. You know, you guys make this, and I truly appreciate it. The average downloads per day, average download per day now is we're up to 29 average download a day. So they take that 30 days, they'll average it out, and it comes to 29. You know, we could get that way up there. You know, we could get it more than that. And really, what does it take to do that? Well, it takes sharing it. It takes commenting on it, because the more you comment it and ask questions, do things like that, the more the attention that it's going to get through the social media, which is going to push it out to other things. I just recently, I think it was Facebook, I just learned that, hey, I got a new level of distribution within Facebook. And that was thanks to you guys that watch and comment and, you know, do the things that we do on here. You know, it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't have got there. So now I'm reaching a little bit broader audience, which is, of course, raising it up just a little bit, which is fantastic in my opinion. Let's see, ways that you can help. We talked a little bit about that, just sharing it, right? That's one way. At the very beginning, I talked about it on our website, man. You can go to the website, check it out. There's a couple of tabs. In fact, I can even share it and or share the screen here if I can figure out how to do it. Share screen. Yeah, I want to share the entire screen. I'm going to click on it and hit share. Okay, so now you're looking at my screen, what I see. So if I go here right now, let's see, I need to go. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to go to the website. Okay. So nope. All right. I'm going to have to hit this. Sorry. Here we go. Now we're going to the website. So on the website, if you look on here, it's going to have your podcasts, right? So right here, that's the podcast that's current. The most current podcast of the days is number 462, the Fireside Chat with the Crew, that we recorded Sunday night, that was live, that now posted on Monday. But you scroll down, it says it has a little bit about the podcast. This is what it is. It shows you what you can listen on. Man, you can click one of these things and it'll take you directly to that site. So if you like iHeartRadio, you click on iHeartRadio, it'll take you there and it'll pull up my page, which is pretty cool. And then there's a little bit more about the podcast and about me. And then it talks about you can become a guest as well. Here's the stuff that's kind of a little bit about me. And then it has all the other episodes. So you can go through here and then you can load more and you can go back all the way to the beginning if you want. And there are some free resources, which I'm going to start adding more and more to this. I have neglected that and I apologize. But the one thing that I wanted to draw your attention to, ways to help, right? So you can always go into, there's a one-time donation thing. You click on that, it's going to take you to somewhere. And all you got to do is fill out the information, send in that donation. It will come to me directly. So I will have it. And that will go toward the podcast itself, right? Helping with paying the monthly subscriptions and those types of things, the equipment upgrades, and just making sure that all that type of stuff is going well. But you click on that. You can become a patron with a monthly donation. You set that up and it just kind of withdraws out every month and sends to me. It's same type of deal. It's going to the same type of stuff. It will also help in me going places and doing live events places and pushing those out. And of course, you can go to that merchandise tab, click on that merchandise tab. That'll take you in and get you some cool merchandise. And then, of course, you can advertise on the podcast as well. So those are the 4 ways that you can really help us out there. And anything you give is much appreciated. I truly appreciate it. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. So any time that somebody has a passion for it as well and helps me out, it's much appreciated. You can go in here and click on this contact tab over here. That contact tab is actually going to take you to my business card, and it has all the different social media platforms. It has my email. It has everything that you may need, but it's there. All you got to do is hit the contact. Boom, it'll pull it up. All you do is download that contact. You're good to go. And then you can reach out to me anytime you want. So yeah, that's how that goes. And then if you want to schedule a recording, ma'am, look here, you go over here, schedule your recording. That's going to take you in, and it's going to my calendar. And all you got to do is pick a day that's open, pick a date and a time, sign up. It's going to walk you through what you need to do. Once you sign up, boom, it shoots me an email. It's going to shoot you an email. It'll send you out reminders about it. And I've got stuff, openings all the way through the end of the year right now. So you don't have to do it right this second, but you go in and schedule it, and let's get it going. I do have some openings tomorrow even. So on Tuesday, if anybody wants to jump in and try to do that, I have 2 opening spots, one at 1 p.m. Central Time and then one at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to jump on those, go in there and sign up. I'd be more than happy to have you on. There is a link here to the Marine Corps League website, as well as we talked about in the beginning, the Till Valhalla Project. You can click on that. It's going to take you to their website as well, which is a good deal. But I wanted to go in and show you this, the merchandise thing. Not a lot of people have clicked on that. It comes up, this True Love Treasure Shop, right? But that's okay. Don't let it fool you. We have some motivated gear on there. We got some coffee mugs. This is a really cool coffee mug. It's got USMC legends on it. It says the brave, the strong, the badass, which is freaking awesome. There's a couple of shirts that you can get. There's this polo. This one says stay motivated, change your socks. There's this hat right here. It says Lost Art with Andrew Cox podcast. Has a little bit of our logo on it. And then we have a couple of different shirts that you can get. Preserving history, one veteran story at a time. And it's just got some cool stuff. Here's a couple of other mugs that you can get, or cups. I like to use these cups right here. They're called camp cups. I like to use those for like my whiskey drinking and stuff like that. That's what I like to use those for. And then the others, the actual coffee cups, I'll use for coffee. So anyways, but you can do whatever you want with them. It's totally up to you. It's not going to hurt my feelings one way or the other. But that's it. That's how you do it. And it's a good deal. Go in there, check it out. I think you'll find at least one item you could probably get. If not, that's all right too. No big deal. If you don't push any money this way, or you don't buy any merchandise, that's okay. You can still listen. It's all good. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings at all, because I'm gonna keep doing this no matter what. All right, let's see. What other things do I have here that I wanted to chat about real quick? Okay, I am looking for partnerships. So I'm trying to figure out ways for partners to come on board. And that could be a business. And we do sort of a longer term partnership with that, where each podcast is, you guys sponsor that podcast or something like that. But I'm looking for somebody that has the same desire as I do to get all of these stories recorded and to push for veteran stuff, veteran resources, push veteran topics, discussions, those types of things, highlighting veteran organizations, veteran businesses, those types of things. But if you want to be a part of it, please shoot me an email. My email is real simple. And if you remember the name of the podcast, The Lost Art with Andrew Cox @gmail.com. It's that simple. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox @gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let's talk about sponsorships. Let's talk about partnering together. And if there's anybody out there partner with me in some way, it doesn't matter what it is. Just reach out to me. We can figure something out. But it's easy. Email me, and then we'll just strike up a conversation, and we'll talk about it. But I am looking for partners out there, and I'd be much appreciated. All right. I talked about doing the 2 live recordings every week now. I'm doing a Sunday night recording live and a Thursday night recording live, which respectively they air when you go to the podcasts themselves, the streaming services. They'll air on Monday and Friday. But the live streaming will be on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. It'll be on my X page and also my YouTube page. So those would be the places that you can actually go and watch that live thing that's going on there. So it'll be pretty cool. Man, what do I got coming up? I'm excited. I got the Marine Corps League is hosting their convention down in Dallas, Texas. So that's going to be down there. I'm going to be down there. I think I get there on the 11th. Let me double check this, make sure that I'm looking at it correct. August 11th, and then through the 15th. That's when that will actually be going on. So if you're a part of the Marine Corps League and you're going to show up there, I'm going to have a booth. I'll have some gear out there. You can sign up to become a guest and tell your story, your individual story. Or if you got a veteran-owned business, you can sign up, come in, and we could sign you up. We could talk about it. We could do all that type of stuff. It'll be really cool. But the whole event, I think, is going to be fantastic. From what I hear, it's going to be a pretty big event. And I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm excited. I get to have a booth. I'm going to do some live podcasts from there, or live recordings from there. I'll throw it up on my social media pages. And I think everyone will get a kick out of it, hopefully. And who knows, I might do some interviews while I'm there, just asking questions and just having different people rotate in and out and just kind of going on from time to time. I'll probably compile all those at some point for one big long podcast or something of that nature. But it'll be pretty cool. I think you'll get a kick out of it. But yeah, August 11th through the 15th is where I'll be down in Dallas, Texas. So if you're down in Dallas, Texas area and you want to get together and say hi or something like that, let me know. We'll work something out. We'll figure it out. But like I said, if you got my number, you can shoot me a text, or you can message me. You can, through Facebook or anything else. My email, thelostart@gmail.com. You can do any of those. So I'm here. I'm up for it. It'd be exciting. And I'm willing to see anybody and everybody. So hopefully I can get that all to work out fantastically. But really, that's, I guess, the big things that I kind of wanted to talk about today and push all that info out there. I will say that, you guys need to remember your buddies. And it's something that's near and dear to my heart. And, you got to reach out. Say, hey, how you doing? It's amazing how just a single phone call of a guy saying, hey man, how you doing? You doing all right? What have you been up to? And you just kind of strike up that conversation, that camaraderie that you had before. And it just takes you right back there. And it's just like, oh man, it gives you that break and that relief for just a little bit at least. And really, sometimes that's all we need. We need that little bit of a break. To kind of reset our mind a little bit. And that's powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. So to those out there that give me a call, that shoot me messages, that do things like that, thank you. I appreciate it. I need to do better at it, and I'm striving for it. But, we all struggle at some point in time. Remember, don't let the hard days win, right? We got to remember that. And we got to keep pushing on. We got to keep living, not only for ourselves, but our family. We got to keep living for our fellow servicemen and women, but we got to keep pushing, and incredibly important in my book. But I guess with that, I just wanted to come on and do a short update. It's been 23 minutes. So it hasn't been that long, but I felt was important to come on and let you know where we're at, what we're doing. Again, I'm always looking for guests. So if you've been on the podcast before and you found it to be worthwhile and interesting and fun, or you listen to it and you think it's worthwhile, interesting, and fun, please reach out. Go to my webpage, thelostart.podbean.com. Go check that out. And you can click on the record your story, right? But go in there, do that, and let's really get everybody's story, as many stories as we could possibly do. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, knock on wood, say a prayer. Hopefully next month, by the end of next month, I'll know 100% about where these things are going to be archived. I'm really banking on some things, and hopefully it comes to fruition. So everybody out there, say a prayer about that. Hopefully it'll come through. But with that, I guess that's all that I'm going to discuss. I only had a couple of listeners really tonight live, which is fine. No big deal. But just remember, every Sunday night, every Thursday night, I'm going to do these live podcasts, and you'll be able to see them as they come out on the regular day as well through the streaming services. So with that, if you are struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. Man, I know Cat here cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to those buddies that you served with. Ask them how they're doing. And if they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Stay motivated. Change your socks.